But yeah, so this is a video from Side Scrollers. They're a podcast. I don't I don't have time to watch the whole podcast or anything ever for them, but I do watch a lot of their clips that they do. Not a lot of them, but like whenever I see one that's interesting to me, I'll go ahead and watch it. So, um, but this one's talking about they've censored Street Fighter 2. And I was like, what do you mean they censored Street Fighter 2? What are you talking? I think I heard something about this, and I wanted to react to it because I have been into Street Fighter since I was a kid. It's never been like my number one like fighting game, but it's always been like number two or three. Like so, I've always enjoyed playing Street Fighter. I enjoy the characters and everything. Um, so yeah, I'm like baffled. Like, why were they going back and censoring like a 30-year-old game? Like, I don't understand that. So let's go ahead and find out. We're gonna find out together, guys.
This story is from 4 years ago, and I'm going to bring it back to 2025 here in a second. But I didn't know this happened. I was not aware that this was going on, and this is shocking to me. This is a picture of the arcade version of Street Fighter 2 from E Honda's stage. You guys have all played Street Fighter 2 before. You're aware of this, yeah?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I still have the original SNES cartridge sitting right
Right.
over there. Yeah.
Um, and this is the edited version, the new version of this, where they have removed in the background. You notice they removed the sun
Wait, what?
in the background here because apparently
What? But why though?
version, the new version of this, is apparently this.
Was it? Wait. Oh wait, I guess I noticed that. That's the rising sun from yeah, that's the Imperial Japanese flag from World War II.
Mhm.
Oh.
And,
Oh, okay.
there's
Now
more
I'm starting
here.
to see the
Once again,
problem.
courtesy of Daniel, who has a great book, by the way, over on that you can pick up. They also did this with Zangief's stage and removed the hammer and sickle that was in the middle of the stage here.
Mm-hmm.
So they have gone back and they have this once again from 2021 removed quote potentially offensive backgrounds. This is from E Honda's stage, and they did this, like I said, with Zangief's stage as well, which took place in Russia. Now, this is from 2021. Like I said, I didn't know this happened. I didn't know this was going on. Otherwise,
Yeah, I didn't
like,
know
mean, this
either.
is still stupid as shit. Like, I can even go back to that headspace in 2021. 2021 was a very volatile time, very divisive in a major way. A lot of people were pissed off about a lot of things happening in society, and a lot of companies went out of their way to react. So in this place, it looks like Capcom reacted in 2021, but it's now 2025, and culture has shifted in a dramatic way. Now, this update
As it always does.
to E Honda's stage was apparently done on the Arcade One Up version of this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Arcade One Up is connected to the internet, so they could hypothetically go back and add the Imperial flag back to it. So, question for you guys: do you think that we will ever reach a point to where these things that have been removed from video games that were deemed problematic will be added back into video games to restore the original form of them? Which, by the way, I don't even understand how this is problematic, but go ahead. But
That was going to be my question.
That's a very tricky thing. It is very tricky because I see how it could be offensive, right? I see how people can take offense to that. But it's like, but I'm also looking at it as like as an artist because I'm an artist, right? So like, somebody made that, not necessarily. Especially like the sickle thing. Like I don't see that. I kind of think that was kind of dumb. I don't think they shouldn't have done that because I think isn't that still? I know. Correct me if I'm wrong, especially in the comments. I'm pretty sure that's still a thing, right? For Russia is just a sickle. I'm probably wrong. I'm probably being really dumb when I apologize. If it's not a thing, then okay, yeah, I guess just get rid of it. But like if it's still a thing, then like why get rid of it? I don't know. Other than just to to not offend a small portion of people. I don't know. That's how I look at this thing. Is like they're trying to not offend a small amount of people when most people probably don't care. That's how I look at it. And also like technically like especially I'm looking more at like the movement of the rising sun from the art. It's art. Like I don't think it was meant to offend anybody. I don't think it was meant to be like to celebrate imperial, the Japanese era. I think it was just art. That's how I mean, I don't know 100% for sure when they made that, but to me, that just looks like art. And to me, it looks like you're censoring an artist, someone who made that. So I don't know. I mean, unless it was meant to actually stand for something, then maybe sure. But if it wasn't meant to stand for anything, it was just supposed to be just art, then that's kind of fucked up. I'm sorry. That's how I look at it. Let's continue.
I mean, how is it problematic? Here's the thing. So I look at this as this doesn't make any sense because I know it came out in the arcades before it hit Super Nintendo around what 92, 93, 94, somewhere in
Yeah.
there.
91. Yep.
Oh, was it 91? Okay. So 1991. You were
Yeah.
roughly
That was 30
you were
years.
40
Well, over
years,
30 years now.
Sorry, 45 years removed from the fall of Imperial Japan. That flag ended when Emperor Hirohito signed the surrender to the United States and to the Allied powers in 45. But the flag was still in the game. Nobody cared. It was just a historical piece. It was part of it is part of
Right.
Japanese history. Nobody balked at it 45 years later when it came out in the game.
Yeah, it's another thing too.
Same
Yeah,
thing
it's
with
like something that's
the
been there
hammer
for
and
so
sickle,
long,
the
and now
Soviet
suddenly get rid of
flag.
it.
1991, 92, I think by 91 we'd already had the fall of the Berlin Wall, right? I think that was 90, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken. So again, the Soviet Union had collapsed. The hammer and sickle was gone publicly, but it was still in the game. Again,
Okay, yeah. So
nobody
again, thank you
complained.
for
All of a sudden
thank you.
now in 2021,
He said it for me. It's
30
gone.
years after the game
Thank
comes
you.
out,
Again, that was me being stupid.
it was problematic?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I've never understood that. Eric, do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's just the snowflake mentality of the late 2010s, 2020s. People are getting offended by stupid symbols. It's stupid. I don't understand how people look at flags and statues and be like, "Oh, we gotta erase them." So if you erase history, you're doomed to repeat it
Yeah.
because you forget about
Exactly.
it. So,
Do you think
stuff.
do you think that we'll see a day where people go back and they add this back to it? Because I went in, I
think
looked for
so.
some art. You do think so?
Well, you see, Disney recently stopped putting all those warning labels in front of their problematic movies.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be interesting. I mean, we were
Yeah,
talking about Song of the South last time I was on with Flawed.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someday they'll release that again. So
Yeah.
I
Don't
hope
hold
we
your
get to a
breath.
stage. I hope we get to a stage where something like that is possible because that means society's actually healing.
Yeah.
When we're not
Right.
too ashamed of our past to
It's
talk about it.
right, and I think that's the ultimate goal. Now, I went back and I was looking at some footage over on YouTube, and yeah, this guy literally has it pulled up right here. This is on an
Mhm.
arcade one up, and like it's really bizarre. Like that's the thing is, I think that if I saw this, I would notice that something is missing here in the background, but I wouldn't be able to point out what it was, until you see it side by side and you go, holy shit. I hope that in the words of we can kind of move past this modern day bullshit, and I think you're right about that value. The idea that if you just ignore everything, then you're deemed to repeat it, and that's something I think we're definitely going to see in the future. And the idea, like a flag, an imperial flag, being seen as negative, like we saw that, and once again around the same time, where the Confederate flag was immediately deemed like, oh, it's racist. It's like, what? Like what do you like the American Confederate flag, like that just all of a sudden became racist because people said it was. So I guess that's
Well,
the
the
way it
crazy
goes.
thing
Are
is with the
saying that flag's still
Japanese.
being used
Yeah, well, yeah. In some
by
places,
the Navy,
the things
the Japanese
like
Navy.
the Japanese flag itself is the only difference between the traditional and now current version and the imperial version during World War II was the rays of the sun coming out of it. The sun, the rising sun, is still the flag. So they
Correct.
could have left the sun and just, if they really wanted, just remove the rays, because the rays is what made it the imperial flag. Again, just but you look at it, you go, yeah, something was definitely erased from this, and it just looks bizarre.
Yeah.
I missed this morning.
Okay. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Why is that mine? So, all right. Yeah. So that's that. Yeah, I think that's kind of dumb. I'll be honest. And yeah, it's kind of old news, but got brought to my attention today, just like it got brought to their attention recently. So, yeah, definitely check out Side Scrollers. Let me throw a link here. Let me actually go back to that video so I can get the link.
This story is from 4 years.
And just so that it shows up that I watched it. Give them a like and share. Okay. Good video. I like watching Sutter and Craig's videos. I've been watching him since I was a kid, so yeah, so let's go ahead and watch the next one here.